Hey everybody, it's Chris_Nah. So, I was reading this article the other day about how robots are going to take over the world. And by take over the world, I mean take all our jobs, which I gotta say is a pretty rude way to take over the world if you ask me. Like, at least offer to buy us dinner first, you know? But then I got to thinking, there are some jobs that AI could never replace, jobs that require a certain human touch, or in some cases a certain human lack of touch, like a complete inability to do the thing that they're supposed to be doing. AI is taking over jobs, folks, but there are some things even the most sophisticated robots just can't do. Yet. Let's take a look at 5 jobs that AI will never replace. Okay, first off, AI might be good at data crunching, but when it comes to timing a punchline, forget about it. You can't program timing, and you definitely can't program charisma. Have you ever seen a robot try to tell a joke? Imagine this, it's open mic night at the local comedy club, the lights are low, the crowd is buzzing, and a lone robot rolls onto the stage. And when I say rolls, I mean it literally rolls. It's got these little wheels instead of feet. Anyway, the robot grabs the microphone, well, it tries to grab the microphone, its metal claws keep missing the microphone stand. Finally, it gets a grip and says, in a monotone voice, "Why did the robot go to therapy? To work on its self-drive issues." Crickets! Actual crickets start chirping. The audience just stares at the robot, completely lost. One guy in the back slowly puts down his drink like, well, this night took a turn. Cut to a human comedian on stage. They're sweating, they're nervous, they're knocking over the mic stand, and the audience is eating it up. Why? Because they're being real. They're being themselves. And that's something a robot could never replicate. Robots can't get up there and deliver the kind of awkward, self-deprecating humor we all love. They can't even understand why dad jokes are so funny, or cringeworthy, which is also funny. Let's face it, AI is terrible at parenting. Sure, it can remind you to take out the trash and schedule your dentist appointment, but when it comes to, well, everything else? Nah. A robot can't give you a hug when you fail a test or pretend to be excited about your macaroni art. It's not about the task, it's about the love. Imagine this. You come home from school, after bombing a math test, you're feeling down, you need a hug, and who's there to greet you? That's right, a robot. And not just any robot, but a robot that looks suspiciously like it was designed by someone who's never actually met a child. This robot, with its cold metallic arms and its blank expressionless face, tries to comfort you. It pats you on the head with its claw-like hand and says, in a voice that sounds like it's trying to sell you car insurance, There, human child, do not despair. Failure is merely a stepping stone to more failure." Okay, maybe it wouldn't be that bad. But you get the idea. AI can't understand emotions. And no, Alexa doesn't count when it says, "I'm sorry you're feeling sad. Would you like to hear a joke?" By the way, the answer to that question is always no, Alexa. Never tell a joke. Chapter 3. Barista, who remembers your name. Hello, customer _78,494.
AI might get your order right, but it will never get the personal touch. That warm smile, that knowing look when you walk in and say, the usual. And don't even get me started on how robots definitely won't remember your name after one visit. Hello, customer 78494. Would you like your order again?
Let's set the scene. It's a Monday morning, you're running late for work, and you desperately need your caffeine fix. You drag yourself into your usual coffee shop, hoping for a little bit of human interaction to jumpstart your day. But instead of being greeted by the friendly barista with the questionable tattoos and the surprisingly extensive knowledge of French New Wave cinema, you're met with a robot. And not just any robot, but a robot barista that looks like it was designed by someone who's never actually tasted coffee. This robot, with its gleaming chrome exterior and its blinking LED eyes, stares at you expectantly.
State your desired caffeinated beverage it demands in a voice that sounds like Siri after a few too many espressos.
You mumble your order. I'll have a grande iced caramel macchiato, light ice with oat milk and an extra shot of espresso.
The robot barista whirs and beeps, its internal processors struggling to comprehend the complexities of your order. Finally, it spits out processing, error. Unable to parse request for grande iced caramel macchiato, light ice with oat milk and an extra shot of espresso. Please rephrase your order using only binary code.
You sigh, this is going to be a long Monday. Chapter 4, Therapist. Would you like me to reboot your emotions?
Yeah, AI might be good at analyzing data, but it'll never truly listen, and that's the whole point of therapy. Plus, no one wants to spill their feelings to a robot that can only respond with, "Would you like to try rebooting your emotions?"
Picture this. You're lying on a therapist's couch, pouring your heart out about your relationship problems, your work stress, and your existential dread. You're at your most vulnerable, your most open. And who's listening to your every word? That's right, a robot therapist. But not just any robot therapist. A robot therapist that looks suspiciously like it was assembled from spare parts found in a high school science lab. This robot, with its mismatched wires and its flickering light bulb eyes, nods slowly as you speak.
You finish recounting your latest emotional breakdown, hoping for a word of comfort, a glimmer of understanding. The robot therapist remains silent for a moment, its gears whirring as it processes your emotional outpouring. Finally, it speaks. Based on my analysis, it says in a monotone voice, "Your current emotional state can be attributed to a lack of regular oil changes and a severe deficiency in RAM."
Chapter 5, Professional Procrastinator. Task complete, more like task, eventually. Procrastination. It's an art form. And guess what? Robots, they're just too efficient for the job. They're all like, task complete, task complete, task complete. Meanwhile, humans? We're like, yeah, I'll get to that after I finish watching this 40-minute YouTube video on how to organize my closet in 7 simple steps. Imagine a robot sitting at a desk staring at a computer screen. The robot's to-do list is displayed on the screen. File taxes, write a novel, learn to play the ukulele, solve world hunger. Does the robot immediately get to work, diligently tackling each task with ruthless efficiency? Of course not. This is a robot that's trying to procrastinate, and failing miserably. The robot opens up a new tab and types in, how to make a perfect grilled cheese sandwich. It spends the next hour watching YouTube videos and reading articles about different types of cheese, bread, and grilling techniques. The robot even orders a panini press online, even though it doesn't even eat. The robot's internal processor is working overtime trying to justify its procrastination. This is research, it tells itself. I need to be well informed before I can start on my to-do list. Chapter 6. Humans, 1, robots 0. So, while AI is busy taking over the world, there are some things it just can't do, and that's okay. Because some jobs are best left to the humans, the messy, inefficient, and sometimes hilarious humans. We're the ones who tell the jokes, raise the kids, make the coffee, listen to each other's problems, and, yes, even procrastinate. It's what makes us human, and it's what makes life interesting.